the Suzuki Baleno, launched only a couple of weeks ago in South Africa. I was on that launch, and you can see there's a launch video on the Motor Matters YouTube channel showing you exactly what it was all about on launch. It's a 4-5-door hatchback. I call it a B plus segment because it's a lot bigger than your standard B segment version. The GLX version, as we see here and as we drove, has mag wheels as standard. And then you come around to one of the big differences from its smaller brother, the Swift, and that is the boot space of 355 litres, which is a very good boot space. And of course you do have the 2/3, 1/3 split on that boot as well, on the back seats, to expand your load space if you do want to. Coming around, you can see the very neat lines on this car, and even the rear lights, very neat and nice application. Park distance control standard on the GLX version as well, so you do have the parking beepers over there. This is some information as per the manufacturer, and you can see the touchscreen infotainment, which we'll look at in a few moments. The 5 litres per 100, well, I can tell you that in about 450 kilometers of mixed driving that I did the other day, I achieved 6.1 litres per 100, and that was without hanging around and without really sparing the power, because this car does put out 68 kilowatts, 130 newton meters of torque. You can also see those HID, high intensity headlights that are standard on the GLX version as well. Let's take a look on the inside. Behind the wheel of the Suzuki Baleno, it's a car that feels like it's so much bigger. It feels so spacious to you. Looking at the comfort, you've got great cloth covered seats, you've got lots of legroom in the back and headroom. It's nice and spacious for a small family, a young family, absolutely so. You'll really find it's got all the benefits you could want. You've got your multifunction steering wheel over here with all your controls, obviously, for your trip computer, your infotainment, certain information, and even cruise control on the GLX version. Up to your instrumentation, which is TFT instrumentation, also a first on a Suzuki. You can see the modern style, and you can scroll through and change to various applications, particularly regarding fuel consumption, etc. One of the highlights of this car, of course, has to be the up-to-date infotainment screen. And again, it's a touch screen, so it's nice and easy. You can simply change radio station by doing that, and it will change the station for you, or you can move it into auxiliary or into Bluetooth, etc. at the press of a button. What is also interesting is that it does have a functionality as well, that if you link it via a USB cable to your phone, you can pick up navigation on the screen itself. So it interfaces beautifully with that and gives you that function. You come down, you've got your air conditioning over here, which nice and simple, nice and easy, and you simply switch it on by the press of a button over there. Nice and simple to work with. And your temperature control, easy, neat. Down over here to the 5-speed manual gearbox. Having driven the car for a fair bit of distance, I can tell you it's a very smooth, very light, very easy gearbox to use, and it's nice to drive. It's a pleasant car to drive all round. So overall, obviously, you have your electric windows all round, you do have your central locking, you've got all the features you want, airbags, etc. So it's, as I mentioned right in the beginning, I would call it a B plus segment car because it's a lot bigger than most other B segment contenders in the market at the moment. But what Suzuki have achieved that is quite exceptional is the pricing. Because the GL manual version, which has the same engine, but minus some of the luxuries, comes in at 199,900 Rand. This GLX version, as we're sitting in right now, and as I've been driving, is 229,900. And if you do want a automatic version, well, you can go to exactly the same specification as this GLX in the automatic gearbox, and that's 244,900. So that's the range you've got for the Baleno. To me, I have thought long and hard about what the competition is for this car, and it's quite difficult, being, again, I repeat, a B plus segment. So there are not too many contenders as direct competition. In their own stable, you've got the Swift with the same engine, but it's got a much smaller boot and a bit less room inside. And that is the big difference with the Swift, so you've got to look at that fact. Also remembering that this is on the new platform that Suzuki have brought out, which means, amazingly, being a bigger car, it's 110 kilos lighter than the equivalent Swift. That's quite amazing. So probably the closest competition I could mention would be the Hyundai i20, which is an older design, not as new, etc. But certainly if you're looking for a car in this kind of segment, and you want space, you want a bit of extra luxury, well, you would be doing yourself a total disservice if you didn't come and check out the new Suzuki Baleno. For Motor Matters, I'm Eleanor, and I'll see you next time.